Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Chris and I'm an artist from here in Puerto Rico and love creating things using paper. I am literally obsessed with any kind of paper. Some paper I don't like, and you'll get to know me and my paper likes in future videos. But anyway, I'm also the creator of an easy art on Instagram and Kofi, also now here on YouTube. Both my Instagram and Kofi links will be made available in the description down below, as well as the Etsy shops where I've gotten some of these really beautiful digitals. This video was made for anyone who is interested in what I do, and was also made as a small intro to my YouTube channel and what I'll be making moving forward. This is a video tutorial on how to make these beautiful horror ephemera pieces for your Halloween junk journaling needs. And these pieces will be made available as digital copies on Kofi as freebies for anyone and everyone who wants to subscribe and support me. And with that being said, let's get started. You'll notice me grabbing some of the papers that I'm using. These are from old books that I am no longer using or found in thrift stores. I covered them in watercolor paint that I had to mix to look into kind of like bloody and blood splatters. I also used watercolor in the color of gold. I'm using some of these digital copies that I printed out. The artists will be linked down below in this video, as I mentioned in the intro. And here I'm cutting one of the insects that I've gotten from the digital copies. Other than that, I wanted to kind of like explain a little bit more about those book pages. I actually had to mix the colors to make it look like kind of like bloody. Some of them vary in color very greatly. I like mixing it up, making different kinds of tones, because we are all different and we all have like different colored blood. But here you'll see me cut the insect with an X-Acto knife. I like using an X-Acto knife because it allows me to cut it with more detail. Using a scissors, it actually bends the paper. On this digital copy, you'll notice that I printed it on vellum paper. It's different. It's thin. It's delicate. But I like the effect that it does. Right here with the X-Acto knife, what I didn't cut it with the proper lines with the insect that I had cut before. I'm cutting it with jagged lines so I can get that rip effect and it becomes a little more grungy. Now I want to show you guys something. This is to put it in like at the edited video, but as you can see here, this page has a lot of really beautiful gold spots all around, and I want to kind of incorporate that into the last like stage of the ephemera piece. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to put this piece of vellum that is a digital printout around here so that you can still see a little bit of that gold when I cut it out. And I'm going to use the same method to cut out the piece off as I used for this vellum piece. And I will try to explain a little bit in this video. If not, I'll probably leave it for another video, but hopefully you can kind of understand how I'm going to do it. So we'll get back to the video. Sorry for the interruption of past Chris. Here I grabbed the vellum piece of the digital copy and I am using my tape runner, which I use for everything, and I'm almost running out again. And then I put it on the page where I wanted it with the gold foil, and I'm using the same technique with the X-Acto knife that I used for the printout, and it has this jagged lines. There's something that I forgot to do, which was to put the insect first and then cut around the insect, which I usually do for all of my ephemera pieces, but this one's gonna have to like move on without that because I just didn't account for it. I kind of just forgot. I was moving into the steps super quickly. Here I grabbed my, what's it called? It's clear gel tacky glue. I have it on my hand right now. And I'm using on the insect because it has little details and little antennas and feetsies that need gluing so it doesn't stick out and get folded or anything. You'll notice that you won't be able to see the skull, but the main feature was the moth regardless. Here I'm taking out my needle that already has red thread. This thread I use to make little details on the paper ephemera to add texture, add some stitches. I'm not really a teacher, so I don't really know how to explain this part. I've kind of just picked up my ephemera piece, started from the back, went through the front, and am kind of just stitching it the way that I want to. You can kind of stitch your piece of ephemera the way you want to, make it to circles, make little stars. I'm kind of just gonna make a cross stitch here. I don't even know if that's the correct word for it, but I'm making little X's, and you'll see here that I'm using the red thread for that. There are some parts that you'll see me not show it on camera because I am kind of blind. I can't really see very well, so I try to like put it in my face as close as possible to be able to see it and be able to thread properly. Here are the X's that I made with the thread, and now I'm going to finish it off tying it in the back and securing it so that it doesn't come off and it can just stay there. Here I'm taking my scissors and cutting the ends off, and then I'm going to be stitching it in a different side of the ephemera piece just to add more texture, just to add something more visual, more decoration, so it looks really, really pretty. This time I'm just doing a simple stitching. It's kind of like a corner or edge stitching if you think about it. And no me quería matar, ¿verdad que no? This is how it turned out, and then I'm going to tie it off in the end as well so it is secure and it does not move and crumble in itself. So this is what it looks like at the end. Now I'm going to be using my acrylic paint. It's Pure Gold 660 from Folk Art, and I just bought these from Walmart. They're $2 and something from my Walmart. You could probably get them cheaper at a dollar store. If you live in the United States, I missed a Dollar Tree. I sometimes just ask my mom to get me stuff, and she sends them to me in Puerto Rico. So, but this time I couldn't. I just had to buy them at Walmart. And here I'm just adding the paint on the edges of the paper. Here is the final result. I hope you like it. It's a little grungy. You can use it for your Halloween ephemera, junk journals, and stuff like that. I honestly just love how that gold shimmer comes out in the camera, and I really hope you like it. Again, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you like what I made and how the tutorial ended up. It's not perfect at all. It's the first time I'm making an edited video for a YouTube channel. I'm kind of nervous about it. I don't know how people will react, but I do hope that you learn something new and that you can use it for your own creations.